What did the electrical cord say to the outlet? We definitely have a special spark between us. While the punchline of this joke is referring to the electrical cord and outlet liking each other, unfortunately, actual sparks and even fires can occur when we use electricity. Electricity is amazing, but it can also be very dangerous. One of the most worrisome situations is when a short circuit occurs. A short circuit happens when the current going through wires does not travel the correct path of the electrical current. A current is the flow of electricity. The current literally takes a shortcut and bypasses part of the circuit. This can result in the electricity not reaching its intended location, such as an electrical outlet. Additionally, the wires could overheat and catch fire. What exactly happens during a short circuit, and why? Let's find out. When a circuit is operating properly, the current goes from a cell or a power source like a battery through the electrical wires around a certain path. This would be like you running laps around the track during gym class at about 1,860 miles per second. Talk about a world record pace. The current eventually encounters a resistor, such as a light or motor, that takes some of the electricity to make heat, light, sound, etc. The current's pressure or strength, called its voltage, drops because some of the electricity was used by the resistor. In the end, the weakened current returns back to the cell. In a short circuit, the current never reaches the resistor. It would be like taking a shortcut while running and missing an entire mile of a race. As a result, the resistor doesn't get any electricity, and the light, motor, or other mechanism doesn't work. Additionally, the voltage of the current never becomes lower, and when the voltage remains high, heat builds up in the wires. If it gets too hot, the wires can melt, make a very bright light, like a miniature explosion, catch fire, smoke, and cause an awful smell. There are a number of reasons a short circuit can occur, but there are also ways they can be prevented. Short circuits can occur because the wires are not insulated properly and touch each other. This increases the voltage as the current of the two wire sections combines at the point where they touch. Cuts and tears in the insulation can occur during installation, or water can damage the wires. The circuit is not wired correctly. The wires have to be connected to allow the current to go from the cell to the resistor and back. Like a GPS in your car, the wires should direct the current to the exact locations where it needs to go. The layout and design of the wiring drains the cell or battery of the electricity too quickly, forcing a higher voltage current through the wires. To protect against the dangers of short circuits, wires should be inspected and their insulation should be fully intact. Electricians should include a ground wire in each circuit, which directs any excess voltage from the electrical current towards the earth. This lessens the chance of electrical shock and fire. Fuses and circuit breakers can be used to cut the flow of electricity should the voltage become too high. If the voltage of the current gets too high, the fuse will melt, or the circuit breaker switch will trip and act like a roadblock to stop the circuit. A short circuit happens when the current does not travel the intended path of the electrical circuit. A current is the flow of electricity. The current's pressure or strength, called the voltage, gets too high, which can result in an electrical fire. There are ways to protect against the dangers of short circuits, such as inspecting wires and ensuring their insulation is fully intact, including a ground wire in each circuit, and using fuses and circuit breakers to cut the flow of electricity should the voltage become too high.